Okay, James, looking at your photojournalism assignment here. Okay, so there's Bonnie. So here she is getting ready to go, like you say here, to Cece's Pizza. Okay, so I'm kind of looking through overall here, and then we're going to go through each one here. So she's going out the door. She's in the car. She's driving along. There's a stop sign. Here's the pizza parlor. You're picking up some pizza. Grabs her drink. Gets in the car and heading for home. Okay. All right. So let's talk about these different little details here, and also let's see what you're shooting with here. Nikon D5000. All right. Good. Um, all right. ISO for inside at 1,000. That's great. That's perfect for something like that. Perfect. And she's getting ready here. Okay, in terms of the getting ready thing, you don't really need a couple shots of her like zipping up her coat. In terms of telling the story, um, not really necessary. And then, when she's going out like this, um, maybe just one shot before she's prepping to go out. And then, in terms of telling a story, to have the sort of the closed door there without her in it, it's kind of missing, the part of the story. So I would definitely include, since the story is about Bonnie going to the pizza place, that you definitely need to have Bonnie in, or, something where that relates to Bonnie in the pictures. And so something like this, you probably could get rid of it. You probably don't need it. Okay, here you are in the car. Definitely hands on the steering wheel or something, where you're kind of relating to, instead of just a shot of, okay, here's the inside of the car. Definitely want the human element in the picture. Okay, now a shot like this, okay, good, but kind of out of focus. Definitely shoot a number of pictures so that the one you're going to get, ones that are in focus. And if you're not sure if it's in focus, if you have something like this, unless it's really a crucial shot, I would just toss it out. It doesn't really add anything to the story. Okay, here you are driving along. Now, one thing, this is something that's always not easy to do, but will definitely tell a story better, is especially since Bonnie's driving to Cece's Pizza, one thing that you could have done was get out on the, and have her do like a drive-by, so you actually get a picture. You're out there outside, and then you have her drive by, maybe drive around the block or whatever, so that you get a shot of her driving the car from outside the car, looking back at her, instead of just like through the windshield. Because when you're doing something like this, it's like, okay, so you're on the street. It doesn't really relate to Bonnie driving. Same thing with the stop sign. The stop sign is, it's not really telling anything about the story. So the story it is, there's definitely the Cece's Pizza, and when you have a shot like this, it's kind of a grab shot. I understand that you were driving along the street, and this is maybe your first sight of the pizza parlor, but definitely want to get, you can definitely get a better shot of that. And I know you probably have a better, there it is right there, better shot of the sign and the cars parked up in front. So this other one, you can just toss this one. You would toss that one out. Just edit that out. I love the fact that you're on a cloudy day like this. You're still ISO set at 1,000, so that's good. Very consistent. Okay, now shot like this where she's getting out of the car, it's a little out of focus. So make sure. So it looks like back here, these cars out here are in focus, but Bonnie's not in focus right here. So make sure you pre-focus. Make sure you hold down your shutter button and do a little pre-focus so that Bonnie's going to be in focus when you're doing that. Okay, and then nice to get a shot of the plate of food, but basically it's the story's about Bonnie. So you'd probably want to get a shot of maybe Bonnie biting into some pizza, or you across the table looking back at her. The fact that you can just see her thumb there, okay, this might be like a nice little detail shot, but definitely you want to have an action shot where she's diving into the pizza. Okay, now this is good where she's getting back into the car. Instead of like a kind of a mug shot, maybe a little bit more candid. Maybe if she was slurping on the straw or something right there too. Um, but nice that you have the Cece's Pizza sign over the top of her right there. Okay, now this is now a shot like this where you just have her back and she's getting into the car. Not really necessary. You don't really need that one. Move along. Same thing here. Doesn't really tell the story. Here she is in the car. Oh, so you were driving. Okay. So here she is in the car. That's good. But she could be holding up the pizza or something too, since it's about going for the pizza. And another shot here too. I'd pick either one of these two, probably this one better. You don't need a whole bunch of shots of her just in the car. So what I would recommend in terms of everything here, you could do a little editing. I love the fact that you set your ISO and it's at 1,000, and the camera's setting the shutter speed. So, and for the most part, everything is well within range. Make sure that every once in a while you've got a couple pictures that are out of focus. Make sure that you get those. You pre-focus with your camera. And then some of the pictures that don't really relate to Bonnie, like the closed door here, you could throw that out. The traffic, maybe this, like what we're talking about, you stand out and get a shot of maybe, oh, if Bonnie was driving, but now I understand that you were driving. Okay, the stop sign doesn't really relate to the story. And this one right here, get a nice shot of the front, like you did right here. Bonnie getting out of the car. Maybe a different shot of Bonnie getting out of the car. Maybe you're standing up by the pizza parlor and you get a kind of a longer shot looking back towards Bonnie. This one right here where you're at the table, get some other kinds of shots of her at the table, because you spend a lot of time with the car, but when you get to the pizza parlor, you're not doing so much in the pizza parlor, and that's where you can really get some good action shots. And then a lot of these ones of the car back here, these 4 shots of the car, all you need is just one to kind of give the reference of, okay, we're going home. And maybe like a final shot to sort of end things up in terms of telling a story is maybe if you're back at home and maybe Bonnie's taking a nap, she's tired or something like that, or maybe a look of like, oh boy, I'm really stuffed, or maybe she's got a little napkin and she's wiping a little bit of tomato sauce or something off of her cheek or something like that. But anything to just kind of wrap something like that up. But in terms of telling the story, okay, everything looks good. And thanks very much.